iShowspeed is the biggest content creator in the world, and Cristiano Jr, well, he's Ronaldo's son. But does that make him the better football player? Today, let's find out. The first player to win the Champions League will be the best. However, it won't be that simple. They've been putting two of the worst teams in the English Football League, Barrow and Wimbledon, while also starting out at 75 rated. Although that didn't stop them from putting up good numbers in the league phase, showing both their potentials. Their teams, however, yeah. This might be impossible, so something has to change. Both players are decent, but they could be better. So at the end of each UCL run, they'll compete in a 1v1 minigame, with the winner earning themselves a nice upgrade. The loser, not so much. So these are huge. Let's find out minigame number 1. It's dizzy penalties. In hindsight, this was not a smart idea. Literally cannot see a thing. We go top left. Speed! Puts it in the top end. This is only the second one. I have snapped something. Hold up. So regretfully, it was back to it. Junior, can he score his one? Junior's missed it! What? The dizziness was starting to get to me as Speed blasted over, and as the shootout went on, it was Junior next to shoot over. Speed had the chance to take the advantage, but keeper, what are you doing? He then went on to deny Speed again. Now all Junior has to do is score. Junior steps up! Junior, he's at the post! What? So this meant more spins. Speed bagged, and Junior, well, I don't know what happened. He's at the post again! And he's missed! Speed takes minigame number 1! And with Speed's new upgrades, he now looks amazing, while Junior doesn't look too bad either, though it's advantage Speed going into the second UCL run. It's the end of the league phase, and despite both their upgrades, they still didn't get anywhere near making it into the knockouts. I think we need to address the bigger problem here. Their teams. They just physically can't compete with the likes of Real Madrid, Man City and Bayern Munich. So, let's introduce the shop. The amount of points they get in the league phase is how many points they can spend in the shop. Speed has to be smart, and with the additions of Llorente, Vardiol and Onana, I think that's points well spent. And this team now, it actually doesn't look too bad. They may struggle for goals, but they look a lot more secure. Junior, on the other hand, with 6 points, he wants to go big. He's getting the elitist of the elite, Kylian Mbappe. Leaving him with 1 more point to spend. Needs a bit of defensive stability, so Kim Min-jae also joins. And this team now still looks defensively weak, but with Mbappe, anything can happen. But before the next run, we gotta go into minigame number 2, and it's gonna be a crossbar challenge. The first player to hit it wins. Can Junior hit it first time? It's hardly come off the floor and he's just scored. Yeah, I severely underestimated how hard it is to actually hit the crossbar when you want to. Like, when I don't want to hit it, then it's easy. But now when I do, it turns out to be impossible. I've spent nearly 30 minutes on this challenge until finally, we may have a winner. Wait! Hold up! So after a thorough investigation, a decision had been made. I'm sorry, that's hit the bar. I've been here for like 30 minutes. iShowspeed wins minigame number 2. So the priority for Speed was increasing his attacking, skill and power stats, with Junior putting his priority into skill whilst also increasing his short passing. Wimbledon are now a 3-star rated team, with Speed being 93 rated, while Barrow are only 2.5 stars. Cristiano Jr is now 91 overall, and as we go into run 3, both teams finally made it out of the league phase, with Mbappe being a huge difference for Team Junior. And after simming both teams' first leg, Speed finds himself trailing 2-1 to Atalanta, whilst Junior is travelling away to PSV with a 1-1 scoreline. But first of all, let's find out if Speed can turn his tie around. They're through! They have a chance! Oh, they missed it! Get it in there! Ball in! On the end! Go on! Oh, he's missed again! After missing those crucial chances, Atalanta showed how it's done. Lockman has found the back of the net! It could be over. Now a bit of magic is needed from Speed. Oh! Speed has pulled his team back! With 20 minutes to go, there's a chance! Yeah, that chance ended. They lost. Speed's eliminated. But now we head over to Junior, where it's all level in the Netherlands, but it wouldn't start well, going 1-0 down early on. However, shortly after, it was that man Mbappe again. It has to be Mbappe! Levels the score for Junior! The game goes into half-time level, and PSV really started to up the level, with 2 more goals being enough to seal the win, eliminating Junior from the tournament. However, with both players earning a good amount of points, these transfers can make a huge difference. So if we look at Speed's team, the striker really let him down, so he's gotta go. And maybe another defender or midfielder. With 10 points to spend, he's going big, signing Vinny Jr, Casemiro, Inaki Williams, and Dalot. With the new signings, this is how Speed's team's looking, up to a 3.5 star. It looks so much better. However, Junior has 9 points to spend, and looking at his team, it needs a lot. So with the additions of Martinez, De Ligt, and Trent, his team is starting to look a lot more balanced. But before the next run, I've put them both up top together against the best team in the game, and the first player to score wins the challenge. Junior's 0-2 in these challenges, so he could really do with a W. Who will be the player to step up and score the first goal? Both were having chances, and Speed came inches away. He's hit the post! That would have been a beauty! But scoring against this team was no easy task. With Speed coming close yet again, this time it was Junior taking home the dub. Finally! Junior scored and wins his first mini-game! That took so much longer than expected. This time, Junior gets to take full advantage of the upgrades, catching up to Speed, finding himself now as a 99 overall. But despite Speed getting less upgrades, they were still enough for him to be 1 rating higher than Junior at 98 overall. Going into the next UCL run, will this finally be the one? Speed will be playing Monaco. What about Junior? Where is he? Junior's team have made it straight to the round of 16. Speed, however, had some issues, but they made light work of Monaco. With both now being in the round of 16, let's find out their opponents. Junior has Bologna, and Speed is against PSG. Simulate the first leg. Can Junior take the advantage against Bologna? And he does, 1-0. Can Speed do the same, being home against PSG? A 4-1 battering. And it's this second leg we're going to first. Can Speed turn it around? PSG! They've bagged a goal within the first 15. That's the worst start possible, but Vinny Jr would provide some hope. To pull one back! Vinny Jr does pull one back! What is he dancing for? He's still 3 goals behind me. And in the second half, we scored another. Surely we can't do this. Yep, it's fully over. That's Speed eliminated, but now let's head over to Junior's game, where they have a 1-goal advantage against Bologna, and it didn't start well. They gave away a pen! Bologna have a penalty! Martinez, the penalty saving king, can he save it? No, he can't! Bologna are back in this! And it was about to get even worse. Bologna! I've taken the lead! What is happening? I don't know what happened, but they scored again, and despite a Junior penalty, that's him also getting eliminated from the competition. Will either of these ever manage to win the UCL? Anyway, Junior finished higher in the league phase, so he'll spend his 17 points first. And looking at Junior's team, both wide areas need to be improved, and a centre mid to finish the team. So he went ahead and signed Bellingham, Mo Salah, Theo Hernandez, Kvaratskhelia and Locatelli. Meaning Junior's team has gone from this to this 4.5-star team, and that starting 11 now is insane. Now moving over to Speed, who also has a massive 16 points to spend. Hopefully the signings of Messi, Van Dijk, Ruben Diaz and Elise will be what he needs, because this team now can't get any better. This could be the final run, but before then, we have another mini-game. They both have 5 different shots, and whoever scores the most gets the upgrade. The first was regular shots, and of course both scored. However, with finesse shots next, despite their insane shooting, they both flopped. So how will they do with power shots? Speed, surely he'll bag his power shot! The keeper is never touching that, and if he does, his arm is sent to another stratosphere. Junior answered with his power shot. It's all level, going into free kicks. Speed has maxed out free kicks. He steps up for it like Ronaldo. Let's hope he doesn't hit it like Ronaldo. Will this find the top corner? Speed with a free kick! It's rattled the crossbar and come back out. Speed came inches away. Junior, however, that was embarrassing. So it's all level going into the final shot, a Panenka penalty. Speed's up first against Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez stands tall and Speed misses. Junior with the chance to win it and get the upgrade. Oh, Nana goes flying as Junior beats Speed in another challenge. That's 8 massive upgrades for Junior, along with 4 big upgrades for Speed, resulting in both players now being 99 overall and at their peak. So as we go into this next UCL run, it's surely the final one. Looking at the league standings, Wimbledon almost finished top. They didn't lose a single game and finished 3rd. Speed was crushing it. Junior, on the other hand, almost went out. 21st! He's on the verge of not even qualifying. What's happened? Despite that, he made light work of Atalanta, getting into the knockouts, with both now having favourable draws. Junior cruised past Leipzig in the first leg, and despite the low being suspended, Speed also took advantage in his game. Now it's over to Junior. Can he finish off this second leg? Mbappe straight away! Mbappe with a worldie! Will this be the run for Junior and Mbappe? Number 2 came shortly after. To Mbappe! There's the next goal! Leipzig did pull one back, but 4-1 on aggregate. We'll take it. Junior progresses to the next round. But with Diaz out injured for Speed, could this make a difference in him progressing? The first half was filled with Williams missing all his shots, and it was still close going into half time. However, straight away in the second half, this happened. Oh, it's a penalty! What's happened? No one looking! We'll take it! Speed has the chance to seal it! Right in the top corner, what a pen! Speed's been on fire, and that goal was enough to see him joining Junior in the quarter-finals. Junior has Monaco, while Speed is going up against one of the favourites, Barcelona. Advantage Junior again. And he made sure to give his team the lead for the second leg, while Speed had even more problems. Not only is Diaz out injured, Van Dijk is now injured too. Both his centre-backs are gone. But that didn't stop him from taking the advantage against Barca in the first leg. Can they repeat that in the second game? We've already got 2 of our players injured. We don't need more. Wait, how's Van Dijk playing? The guy's injured. And Diaz is there. They're both fighting through it. Seeing them gave the boys a lift as Messi almost scored a beauty against his former club. Speed's team was on top, creating chance after chance, with Messi rattling the woodwork yet again. However, eventually, one will go in. What a hit from Messi! That's unreal! And there it is! Messi put the final nail in the coffin of Barcelona as Speed progresses to the semi-finals. But will Junior be meeting him in the semi-finals? Let's find out in his second leg against Monaco, where he has a 1-0 lead. What a ball in! Mbappe! A volley into the back of the net from a Salah cross. I'm sure we've seen that before. Hey boys, don't square up to each other now. You're on course to a semi-final. Their fighting was clearly just playful banter as Junior sends Mbappe through. But Mbappe through is absolute filth. They can't be stopped. And the relentlessness continued in the second half with Mbappe bagging his hat-trick. So the boys started to style on them. Oh, Salah, you naughty boy. And there it is. He's in the semi-finals with Speed 2. The two of them can't be separated, but there can only be one king. But the question is now, who will they be facing in the semis? They're gonna be going up against each other. One of them isn't making the final. Point one goes to is 2-2 with Speed missing a penalty. That could be massive. But that sets us up perfectly for this second leg. It's all to play for. Who will be making the final, eliminating the other? Junior, ball through to Mbappe. Mbappe to Kvaratskhelia, to Junior. Junior with a shot, Van Dijk with a block, Mbappe with a bicy, Onana with a catch. What a start we've got so far, I'm pumped. Junior's team continued their momentum and remained on top, but Onana was being clutch, keeping everything out of his goal. Then after a huge mistake from Diaz, Mbappe had the perfect chance. Mbappe finds himself through! Mbappe ain't missing! Advantage Junior! Massive mistake from Speed and his team. There's still plenty of time remaining for an equaliser, but no more mistakes can be made. Unless Mbappe finds Kvaratskhelia, he's through 1-on-1. Kvaratskhelia has made it 2 from Barrow's kickoff. Speed found his team going into half-time 2-0 down, 45 minutes away from elimination. So they have to start this half off fast. To Williams! Williams replies! There's 1 goal back, and what a goal it was! It's game on, and after defending a Junior corner, it was straight up the other end. Can he do it on his own? Speed! He's through on goal! He can level the scoring here, but does he have the bottle? Speed, 1-on-1 with Martinez! Speed has leveled the tie! What a semi-final we have here, and this game could be anyone's as Junior now finds himself in on goal. Oh, Junior's worked an opening, but Onana's there. But with 8 minutes to go, Speed's team lost a corner and found themselves short in defence. Counter, the counter's on. Salah. He's in on goal. Can he find Mbappe? He does find Mbappe to send them through. Mbappe has found the back of the net. Heartbreak for Speed with that goal being the difference as Junior progresses into the final of the Champions League. He's 1 game away and he's going up against one of his dad's biggest rivals, Manchester City. It's now or never. Junior, have you got what it takes? Straight away. Chance early on from Mbappe! Early on! They take the lead in 4 minutes! And it's Mbappe again! Despite an early goal, the game is far from over, and it was all Man City now, with us desperately holding on. Thankfully, making it to half-time with the 1 goal lead. However, City started from where they left the first half, remaining on top. But when you don't take your chances and give Junior and Mbappe time to cook, this happens. Mbappe with a shot! There it is! The second goal! Surely now it's only a matter of time. 1 more goal will put the nail in the coffin, and Mbappe can get that goal! Kylian Mbappe! Hat hat-trick in the final. It's done. But not until Junior gets his goal in the way his father knows best. And that means Junior has beaten Speed, lifting the Champions League, proving he's the best and making his dad proud. And if you enjoyed this video, then check out another one of mine by here, and remember to subscribe if you're new.